Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. We continue to talk football. Back in 2016, when Manchester City replaced Manuel Pellegrini with Pep Guardiola, the feeling was that the club had found the right man to deliver the Holy Grail, the UEFA Champions League. But Wednesday's semi-final defeat at Real Madrid means Guardiola has now gone 6 seasons at City without claiming the famous trophy. In that time, he has spent approximately £1 billion chasing glory, leaving fans and pundits to ask if the club's owners must now hire a different manager. Under Guardiola, City have endured the most successful period in their history, winning 3 league titles, 4 league cups, 1 FA Cup and 2 Community Shields. But there's nothing to show in Europe. There's his record round of 16. That's where he ended his campaign in 2016-2017. Quarterfinals, the 3 years consecutively after that, the final in 2021 and semi-finals this year. I am not sure if it's noteworthy or significant that 3 of these 6 stoppages that he has had have come against teams in England where Man City has been dominant. Maybe that can form a part of our discussion in a couple of minutes from now. Guardiola says Wednesday's defeat to Real Madrid is hard to take.
Yeah, we need time now, 1 or 2 days, but we'll rise, we'll come up, we'll have to do it with our people. So the players gave everything, we were so close, really, really close, but yeah, at the end we could not do it. A long history in football, in all sports, this kind of situation happen. Is that the feeling that you know, right at the end with 10 minutes or 15 minutes left, you are absolutely dominated with a lot of problems with the opponent can create it to you. It didn't happen.
Yeah, so Guardiola has won the UEFA Champions League before, but not with Manchester City. And that's what the football world is waiting for. George, Mariah, what's his current standing, and how should Man City's fans first and owners next respond to this latest failure?
Current standing, I'll start with that. The fact that he hasn't won the UEFA Champions League, I spoke about the blot on his achievement paper. It just leaves that blot right there, Lance. A lot of people, whenever they try to talk about him being the best manager and whatnot, there will always be that blot or asterisk there by the UEFA Champions League. And I mean, even for Pep, that must be really, really frustrating. We looked at his Champions League ventures, if I'm to say that, so far on the graphic previously, and you see that, you know, he keeps making the quarterfinals. He even got so far as to the finals last year and still unable to close it out. Many would even say that, you know, maybe it's because he overthinks, and, you know, we like to say that he loves to make tactical changes when he shouldn't, but then he didn't do that yesterday. So I'm literally sitting here without an answer as to what's really going on with Pep Guardiola and this one particular competition.
Yeah. George, most experts don't think that his job is on the line here, but there obviously continues to be the discussion about falling short with Manchester City, because there's no other way to look at it, that he was brought there to deliver that for them, because they had won domestic titles before him. They continued to win domestic titles with him, but this is the one they want.
That is true. But can I defend Pep today, though?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like that very much, because I don't have a defense.
Let me defend Pep today. People tell us that Pep was brought to City to win the Champions League. True. But Pep was also brought there to establish Manchester City as the preeminent team in English football. Has he done that? Yes. That mission, that part of the mission has coincided, though, so it's not a pure state that they are in as the best team in England, because Liverpool's ascension in the past 3 years, they've gone up another level, Liverpool. They're rivaling them for that, even though, crucially, the only thing that matters, Pep has the medals to show. Yeah? Good. When we talk about managers and teams in the Champions League, and if you look at the last 10 winners of the Champions League and who the managers are, Zinedine Zidane has won it, what, 3 times? Carlo Ancelotti has won it.
Thomas
Tuchel has won it, yes. Jurgen Klopp has won it. Which of those managers is a brilliant manager, more brilliant than Pep, more capable of game-changing decisions than Pep can or has done, has a better record than Pep. All those managers have their own failures. And the Champions League is something you win with a lot of luck as well. Don't forget that, yeah? Before Liverpool won it, Klopp was seen as a donkey in the Champions League, yeah? He was seen as a man who couldn't get it done. His Bayern Munich, his Borussia Dortmund team rather, played Bayern Munich in the final at Wembley. And of course, you know the rest. Arjen Robben and company ransacked the Borussia Dortmund team, taking revenge for having lost the final on home soil in their own home stadium to Chelsea the year before. And he took them to the Europa League final. That one of the famous comment, Lance, you were here at the time, Maria wasn't here yet, of the left-hand foot comment from Daniel Sturridge, a shot that was saved. He lost that Europa League final to Sevilla, and they said, you see, this coach can't win anything big. He settled down at Liverpool, and he is forging another phase in his career. Nobody can ever look at Klopp now and say, you're a donkey. One of the best coaches in the world, and justifiably rated as such. The point I'm making is this. Thomas Tuchel, before getting a Chelsea team that he did not put together, but that he used well, yeah, to win the Champions League, was the season after he had been kicked out of PSG for not being good enough to get the job done when the squad at his disposal. So I'm saying it is easy to criticize Pep and say, oh, you didn't do this, and oh, you shouldn't have taken off De Bruyne. He should have taken off De Bruyne because De Bruyne wasn't affecting the game. The man who replaced De Bruyne had a hand in the goal that Riyad Mahrez scored, and we forget that because we're following a certain narrative. It is that at critical times, Pep has been unlucky. Yes, I have criticized him for overthinking in the past because he has. Last year's final, I think, was a major cock-up. So in the run this season, there was not one game where we say he experimented, because to experiment means that he asks a player who is not a specialist in a particular position to play as a specialist in a new position just because he wants to confound his rivals, and it fails. He didn't do that this year, and I'm just saying that he was unlucky. He planned his program. He wanted a striker.
It was going to plan. Just remember, up until the 90th minute, it was going to plan.
Exactly. So I'm just saying it is luck, and it is easy to criticize him. But I have some sympathy for him, and I think it is necessary to put that on the table to inform the discussions that people will have.
Yeah. Well, Lance and George, some are of the opinion that City are cursed to fail in Europe. This view is being fueled by a comment in 2018 from Dimitri Selok, the agent of former City midfielder Yaya Toure. Selok is quoted as saying, I am sure that many shamans will not let Guardiola win the Champions League in the future. It will be like an African curse on Guardiola. Time will tell if I'm right or not. So now people are bringing spiritual things into this, saying that, you know, it's a curse, citing all different things. What say you? Do you believe in these things?
Well, the thing I would say is that Yaya Toure is the one who was cursed. Because since he left, since Guardiola turfed him out of Manchester City, what did Yaya Toure do? I think he went to Olympiacos and he flopped. And his career just never picked back up from that. So I think if anybody was cursed, it is him. I don't believe in the effect of these things. Notice how I phrased that. I don't believe in the effect of them. I believe that it exists, and clearly people believe in it, and people will tell you that these things influence the outcome of situations for them. I don't believe it can have that impact on football. So
I want to hear from Lance. Lance is a learned...
No, well, the fact is, Selok was always a toxic and contentious individual, someone that a lot of serious people in the media and in the football fraternity didn't have much time for, because he was just that kind of person that was always quarreling and finding things to argue over. And I think Yaya Toure's relationship with Pep Guardiola would have been influenced in some way by Selok's intervention.
Yeah.
So I don't have much regard for the comments that Selok made. That makes no sense to me.
With the 1 minute left, though, because this is on my mind since you brought it up, right? You were pointing out that, you know, Manchester City lost a lot of these matches where they were kicked out of the Champions League to English teams, which they are really dominant. When pitted against them in the English Premier League, they really are dominant. So what's the answer for that?
Well, if you look at who, Liverpool,
Chelsea,
yeah,
Tottenham,
Liverpool, Tottenham, and Chelsea. those are three of the top English teams. And
you are saying Tottenham is a top English team, George?
well,
Maybe in that time,
top
when
half,
was this,
top
2018?
top half, yeah.
In other words, top 10.
The top 10. The fact is, and coaches always tell you this, in knockout football,
Yes.
anything can happen.
Yes.
And that's what happened to them. Because if you look at who else, the year Monaco knocked them out, Monaco had a young, an 18-year-old Kylian Mbappe that year. They had Radamel Falcao, I think they had Bernardo Silva as well. Fabinho was there, yes, yeah. That Monaco team, and Thomas Lemar, who went to Atletico Madrid, that Monaco team was a rising team, and nobody expected them to destroy City the way they did. They won on away goals. Look at how many goals they scored. The Monaco team, the Lyon team, there's a Lyon team here. Lyon, that was a shock. That was the one where you said, no, something is wrong here. Lyon beat City over 2 legs. That was the one. But the Tottenham one, listen, Lucas Moura could play for 3,963 more games in the Champions League. He'll never score another hat-trick in a quarterfinal of the Champions League. Things just happen. Yeah. Guardiola has been unlucky.
Yeah, George, I hear you, and I agree with you 100% that in knockout format football, you need some luck. But the fact is that Pep Guardiola is a top coach, one of the best in the world. Man City, based on their roster, is one of the best teams in Europe. And I know that you're going to curse his luck, but it's about time that he delivers the Champions League. No question about it. That's what coaches of his level are expected to do. And I have a little sympathy for his failures because I agree that even in yesterday's case, they had it right on their laps.
That's my thing.
They shouldn't have let it go. But top coaches, big coaches, win these things, George. And Pep Guardiola is a big coach. He's a top coach. He should win.
You
and
can
he
fail
hasn't,
once,
not for City.
You can fail twice, but you can't keep failing. It just won't cut it. We have to go to a break.
Thank you for watching SportsMax on YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and to click the notification bell to stay informed.